homeBistro.com. Freshly prepared, home-delivered, restaurant-quality gourmet meals delivered straight to your home. Choose from over 50-plus gourmet meal options cooked by world-class chefs and delivered frozen, ready to eat within minutes and no commit. Welcome to the one-shop gourmet food delivery, specializing in affordable options to eat right and feel great. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Every ingredient is handpicked to the highest standard. And why you should buy from homebistro.com? Restaurant quality, made with natural ingredients, delivered right to your door. Overnight shopping is available. Diabetic, paleo, heart health, and vegetarian options to eat. Doing business since 1999. Courteous, knowledgeable, and professional support. Complete PCI compliant SSL security ordering, and great meals. Choose from some of my favorite dishes: the Mediterranean chicken with orange honey sauce, the charbroiled chicken romesco, or the grilled chicken breast with sweet and spicy vegetables. No matter what you choose, you can't lose with homebistro.com. Eat great, feel good, and save some money with homebistro.com. Hit the link in the description section below for more information. Located in Henderson, Nevada, bulksupplements.com supplies over 400 pure nutritional supplements ingredients to hundreds of thousands of consumers and manufacturers. All of their products are available from grams to metric tons through their online store at bulksupplements.com. Orders received 4 noon Pacific Standard Time ship the same day. Their FDA registered CGMP manufactured and distributing facility has a staff over 60 full-time employees that take pride in providing excellent customer service and producing quality products for their customers. The wellness of the community is of the utmost importance to Bulk Supplements. It's dedicated to maintaining all health code and government regulation. Each supplement is tested in their in-house laboratory before distribution, ensuring that all products are safe for consumption. For any additional testing, they utilize reputable and vetted US-based independent labs. Customer service is available 7 days a week from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time through live chat, phone, and email. Bulk Supplements products are produced in an FDA registered and inspected manufacturing facility. So if you want quality supplements at a quality price, Bulk Supplements is the company for you. Bulk Supplements, clean and pure bulk supplements. Check the link in the description section for information. TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Who That family, check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, who that nation? Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Sean, can you share any updates on your plans at the quarterback position this week?
No updates, Mike. I'm eating my bagel. I was hoping to be chewing it when you asked that question.
For a long, suspenseful delay? Or?
Just chewing the bagel.
Can you no update on Drew's injury status either, specifically?
Nope, nothing specific. Yeah, nothing there.
What kind of bagel is it? Everything bagel, or is it like sesame seed? Or
It's a poppy seed steamed bagel, which are hard to find, actually.
with cream cheese?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, you heard about Eric Armstead. How did that affect you guys in any way?
I did hear about him. Did that affect us? It put us back into the enhanced protocol.
Hey, Sean, when did y'all get out of the intensive protocol the first time? Like, did that happen quickly?
Well, I think we went a week, and then we played someone else. What game did someone else have? An opponent.
I could not even tell you at this point. I think y'all are just going to be in double secret probation.
Yeah,
forever.
we were on it, then we were off of it for a week, and then we're back on it. Yeah.
Hey, Sean, under Raheem, are you seeing the Falcons do things differently, or are they just doing what they did better?
Both. I think they've taken a little different approach defensively and tried to reduce some of the things that he wanted to remove, and then they're playing fast. They give you fits in a lot of ways. They're tough to run the ball against. I think they're playing with a lot of confidence right now as a team. And look, they're 3-1, could easily be 4-0.
Sean, when you're going against a guy that can bull rush as well as Marcus Davenport, how does that impact your protections or how you approach that and try to avoid that power that you can just unleash?
Well, look, it can impact how you set relative to your pass sets. I think sometimes you're sliding the protection that way. That can change kind of how you want to handle that. Ultimately, the two traits that tackles, have to have in our league is at some point can they anchor, and at some point can they handle the speed. And so they get used to that, and then the ends are trying to change up the looks, to create one or the other.
Sean, with Matt Ryan and Julio, are you seeing any concessions to age from either of those guys, or are they still pretty much at the level they've been?
They're playing at a high level. I mean, both of those two guys, then you add in Ridley and Cage and the running back. I mean, offensively, they're operating as efficiently and as effectively as we've seen in quite a while.
Sean, when Jameis Winston is in at quarterback for you guys, it kind of reminds me of the questions we were asking about Bruce Arians and Tom Brady. When Jameis plays for you, do you want him to run the offense a certain way like you guys always have, high efficiency decisions, less turnover risk, or he could run
we want all of that.
Make different decisions?
We want all of that. So when I answer this question, And then the response is, if Jameis is starting on Sunday, this is so. Yeah, we want efficient play from that position.
Well, I think you know why I'm asking, because he throws the ball downfield more, takes more risks than maybe we've seen from Drew Brees and Teddy Bridgewater in the past.
I think the one thing we'll always do here is highlight the strengths of whoever's playing any position, not just quarterback.
That's it. Thanks.
What kind of a role do you see this is on Kamara and Jones? There's obviously a kind of a fascination with that matchup, but is that an oversimplification? Or
no, I think it's a fair question because it comes up particularly on third down in the man coverage schemes. There's a handful of linebackers that'll draw that matchup, and he's one of them. And they just watching the games last year, 5, 6, 7 different times, there's that one-on-one in man coverage route or specific play you're running, and I think that's a credit to both players. Obviously, he can move and is athletic, and so it is a matchup, especially on third down.
If I could maybe circle back, and I'm not going to ask a direct question, obviously, but back in March, you said that Taysom had earned the right to be the backup. Maybe just how far you've seen him come in your program, and what led to those comments in March.
Yeah, listen, both of these young guys have progressed and have advanced, understanding what we're doing. And there's a confidence level we have with both players. They're different type players. But, I think that it's a strong room, and we're going to lean heavily on a few of these other guys right now. All right, thanks, guys.
That's Coach Sean Payton chiming in, man, on his latest thoughts and breakdown on this fantastic Wednesday Saints Talk episode. Who that to the beautiful black and gold family members in the live stream on this one. Big ups to the family members. Much love for you on this episode of the Sports Coma. A tip of the hat to the family members. Much love to all the family members. On this one, Wednesday Saint Talk, Brees likely out for 2 weeks and more. And we knew it was going to be more than that. Ain't no way in the world Drew comes back in 2 weeks unless his nickname is Superman. He was born of the planet Krypton. There's no way. Unless he unless he took a trip to Dragon Ball Land and had Krillin to give him some sensu beans, there's no way he ain't no way in the world he gonna get back that goddamn soon. Oh, man. But listen, it's all good. I understand how it go, man. Usually a lot of that misinformation is thrown out there to kind of confuse and disorient the opposition because they actuary this stuff out like it's actual wartime. You notice a lot of the football terms of war analogies to a degree. So, the misinformation or the misdirection is some of the information they threw, but commonsensical people could realize that obviously Drew is not going to be back with the amount of injuries that he sustained. There's no realistic time frame that he'll be back in 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. I would more realistically say anywhere between 5 to 6 weeks. And then if he gets over those things, do you have a heavy flak jacket, a heavy amount of protection back there to protect him? It's just you just got to think about it like that. Big ups to the family members of the live stream. Much love to you and Yearn on this episode of the Sports Coma. Who that to Devin C? Who that to you first in the chat? GM Kev in the building as well. Byron, who that to you, Byron? Who that to you, brother Jerry? Who that to all the black and gold family members? Who that, Madge Prime? Who that? Let's see who else we got there. Gabriel Thomas, who that to you? Nola Bars, who that to you? Ferg 318, who that to you? Jamal, who that to you? Who else we got there? Jacob, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, Jacob. Big ups to you. William Dickerson, who that to you? Will, good to see you in the chat, bro. Brian Pearson, who that to you? And all the Black and Gold family members as well. KB, who that to you as well? Dada, who that to you? Dada, big ups to you, fam. Good to see you in the chat as well. And all the Black and Gold family members. Gundam, big ups to you, Gundam. Good to see you in the chat. Who that to you and Yearn. And all the Black and Gold family members in the buildings. Big ups. Kyle Davis. What's up, Kyle? Big ups to you. J-Rock, who that to you? That's who we got everybody. Big ups to all the rest of the family members up there. If I didn't give you a who that, give me a who that, and I'll give you a who that back. Big ups to the family member. Kid Reese, what's up, Kid Reese? 225, who that to you, bro? Good to see you in the chat, my man. Appreciate you being here. And all the Black and Gold family members chiming in. So, what's up, Jarvis? Who that to you? Jarvis Collins, who that to you as well? Much love to all the family members chiming in on this one. And in this episode, fam, we're going to cover a couple of news notes tonight, and we'll go over the Saints. As you heard, Coach Payton brings us in on this episode of the Sports Coma. We would then look at the injury report for Wednesday as it's placed. We'll go over several, I guess you could say, Saints articles. We'll cover some Saints articles as well. Hearing about Armstead and, of course, the C-19 stuff that had happened with the 49ers player. We'll go over an article about that. We'll go over an article from NFL.com with Brees likely to be out 2 weeks, which is the explanation of the article. And then we'll cover an article by Saints Newsworks, by Saints News Network's Bob Rose. So we'll go over them with an article by him as Bob break down Jameis Winston. We'll open up the live chat for questions, concerns, and comments. As well ahead of this episode of the Sports Coma. Of course, news pertaining to Drew Brees, also going to get a second opinion as well. We got all that today, and we'll get it going momentarily. So I got to ask all the family members to hit the like button. Yusuf, who that to you, bro? Good to see you. You up in the building. You up in the building. Who that to your family? Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Sports Coma. Please feel free to hit the like button as we get ready to shut the screen and get to going on this episode, fam. We're going to start off with the Saints injury report. We're going to get that going first and foremost. It's already hump day, fam. It is hump day already, man. It is hump day already. Like I like to say, customary and traditionally, man, I jump right into the news notes and the rundown. But I like to say welcome to all the family members in the live stream, both new and established family members. Welcome to the live stream, man, as well. Now we're going to go into this episode of the Sports Coma with the injury report. 9 New Orleans Saints players was listed on Wednesday's injury report for their Week 11 game against the Atlanta Falcons. And, of course, the Saints have quite a few names on here. Josh Hill, who had a concussion in the game, did not practice. Traquan Smith, who was hitting the helmet illegally, did not practice as well. So Hill and Traquan under a concussion protocol. Drew Brees, they got ribs and right shoulder listed. Of course, we know Drew's not going to play. Dwayne Washington, back problems, did not play. 30-plus-year-old Cam Jordan's on here with back issues. He did not practice either in this on this Wednesday. Offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk dealing with knee issues. He was limited. Malcolm Brown with that pesky calf situation was limited. Kamara had a foot situation that made him limited. And, of course, Marshawn Lattimore dealing with abdomen problems. He was limited. So we got quite a few moves right here to look at on the injury list for the Saints today. Wallace Smith, who that to you, bro? Good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups to you. Very interesting, man. We knew about Josh Hill's concussion, Traquan Smith's concussion, both under concussion protocols. Not certain if they'll be ready for this game. They should. I want to say they should be able to be cleared to play about time this game is, but we'll see how it shakes. Of course, we know Drew's going to be out for over 3 weeks. Dwayne Washington, did not practice. That status quo. And now new names pop up on the list as Cam Jordan's back. Did not practice. They're letting him rest a bit. Ryan Ramczyk is a knee limited. Malcolm calf limited. Elvin Kamara limited with a foot. And Marshawn Lattimore abdomen issue. So Lattimore, that had been banged up, man. Been catching a lot of injuries, but I think a lot of these players for the Saints that you see on the injury list will ultimately play when the game gets. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this is mostly a lot of just giving these guys an opportunity to rest. It's so in the physicality of the season. Moving down to the Falcons injury list, not much to report on. Offensive lineman Matt Gano is out with an illness, did not practice. Calvin Ridley has a foot issue, was limited. He's supposed to play in a matchup against the Saints. And Caleb McGarry, who's one of their top offensive tackles, has a limited situation with a knee. That's not good news. You got a Cam Jordan there. You got to watch out for Cam and Trey Hendrickson. So if you got knee problems, it's going to be pretty bad for Matty Ice. Should I say blood in the water? Blood in the water? Blood in the water, like our Falcon friend said. Man, we deep in this joint. But, I mean, big ups to the rest of the family members chiming in. Joshua Hoover, who that to you, bro? Good to see you in the chat as well. True Louisiana, much love to you and Yearns. Tyra, good to see you in the chat, baby. Who that to you as well. Big ups to you. All right. Now, like I said, fam, this is looking like what it is, man. I'm going to just keep it real with you, man. A lot of situations here, but the Saints are deep. We should be all right off this injury list. I wouldn't be the least bit concerned about this. Most of these guys will play. I don't know about Josh Hill. Hoping Josh Hill and Traquan Smith can come out of that concussion protocol in time for the game. I would say so as well. And really the only people that's not going to play in the next game would probably be more than likely these two guys, Dwayne Washington and Drew Brees. Those guys more than likely to be out. And speaking of Drew, let's go on to the next article from the NFL Network. Ice Cream Man 504, who that to you, bro? A straight booming podcast, who that to you? Oh, Cooler. What's up, old Cooler? Who that to you? Young City, 9th Ward. Who that to you as well? Good to see you in the chat, fam. Much love to you and Yearns. This one here from the NFL Network. Brees likely out for 2 weeks. Likely? Unless somebody got some sensu beans, he going to be out a lot more than that. Brian Spears, who that to you? Sean Payton, mum on the Saints QB plans. Of course he's going to be mum. He's not going to tell you what the hell he's going to do. Brian Spears, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, bro. Thank you for joining us. He's going to be real mum on the subject because he doesn't want to give his adversaries an opportunity to know who he's going to play. And more than likelihood, it's going to be Jameis Winston. It's not going to be Taysom. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Jameis, even though Taysom's been here a lot longer than Jameis Winston is, and I know Payton sees let me just say this. If y'all put yes in the chat or 1 in the chat, Madge says believe in Payton. I think you mean to say, Madge Prime, trust the Payton. I think it's trust the Payton, Madge Prime. I think that's the correct term. Trust the Payton. Jasper, who that to you? Good to see you. Kai the Great, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, fam. Please hit the like button, fam, as you come in. And I think that's so Everly's made says big up to you, Lewis. Lewis Castillo is in the building as well. Good to see you, fam. Who that to you? And that's something that we have to remember. Now, I just want to ask the Great Saint Think Tank a question. Wasn't it Sean Payton that called Taysom Hill Steve Young? Put 1 in the chat if you remember that. Jamal, who that to you? Put 1 in the chat if you guys remember Coach Payton saying that Taysom Hill was Steve Young. Put 1 in the chat if you remember that. Now, the reason why I'll say that, what's up, Adam? Who that to you? Adam Scott in the building. Big ups to you, fam. Let's just remember that, right? Right. Okay, I see all them damn 1s in the chat. Thank you. Put 1 in the chat if you guys remember that about Coach Payton. Okay, now, if Taysom is Steve Young, and we trust the Payton like Sway elegantly says, Elton, who that to you, Elton? Good to see you in the chat, bro. Who that? If that is indeed the case, then shouldn't Taysom Hill be out there next week against the Falcons? How many people out there think Taysom Hill's going to start? Let's do this before I follow on with the rest of this. And I'm going to follow up and read an article, a really nice one by our good friend Bob Rose from the Saints News Network. Donna says, I knew Payton was just talking big Q. Well, we'll find out, right? Taysom's been here for what now? Over 3 years. Over 3 years now. Jameis just got here. Okay, so I'm going to ask the Great Saint Think Tank this question. I want y'all to put who y'all think starts. I want y'all to put in the chat. Against the 49ers, does Taysom start or Jameis start? Okay, if you believe Taysom start, put T in the chat. If you think it's Jameis, put J in the chat. If it's Taysom, put T in the chat. If it's Jameis, put J in the chat. Who do you think starts? Is it Taysom? Put T in the chat. If it's Jameis, put J in the chat. That's what I want. I want to gauge the Great Saint Think Tank, and I want you guys to tell me who you think starts. Now, Coach Payton did say that he called Taysom Hill Steve Young, and Jameis is just Jameis. But if, in my opinion, Steve Young is better than at his prime, Jameis Winston. So put T in the chat. Whoever you think start, I ain't gonna have you to spell out their whole damn name. But who do you think start? J or T? J or T? Kevin Woods, who that to you, bro? Pat Thompson, who that to you, bro? Don Wine Fontaine, what's up, fam? Charles Mayfield, who that to you? Big ups to you, bro. Thank y'all for joining us. Look at all them damn J's. Look at all them J's, man. You inundated by J's just raining down in the chat. Look at that. Everybody. Match Prime says Taysom. It's nothing but J's. Straight Boomer says Jameis was a #1 draft pick for a reason. Thank you, Straight Boomer. Look at all those J's. Just a handful of people saying Taysom. Just a handful of people saying Taysom. Everybody except for a handful of people, which was Byron. Everybody's saying it. Just for a handful of people saying to the difference. Everybody's saying Jameis. The question is I'm asking, I think Nola Ball said he missed out. The question I'm asking the chat is who starts for the Saints? Is it T for Taysom or J for Jameis? T for Taysom or J for Jameis? Who starts in your opinion? Put it in the chat. And while I'm doing this, I'm looking at the J's and the T's, well, mostly the J's rain down in the chat for our pro radio people who can't see it, but they can hear it. It's just J's raining down for Jameis Winston. So, that's a good gauge. That's why I was asking the Great Saint Think Tank that question, because what people seem to understand, they know that Jameis Winston has the experience. He has the collegiate experience. He won a national championship. He was the first overall draft pick. Had a bunch of years, 5 years of NFL experience. The majority of the time he played. Pat Thompson, who that to you, Pat? He had an opportunity to play. J-Rock says Payton may start Taysom just to give the defense something to think about. That's true, he could. Aaron, who that to you? Says, Jay, Taysom not ready. Thank you, Aaron. Who that to you, bro? True Louise Animal says Jameis. So, that's the thing, man, that we all looking at. And thank y'all for participating. For those who didn't participate, you can still do it. What's up, Scoob? Let's give a round of applause to our brother. Scoob in the building. What it do, pimpin'? And the illustrious words of one of the great Saint Think Tank family members. What it do, pimpin'? Scoob! What's up, fam? Good to see my boy Scoob in the building. Much love to you, bro. Big ups to you. Good to see you in the chat. JT, who that to you, bro? I see you. Big ups to you, my brother. In the illustrious words of our dog, Pelicans Nola. What's up, Pelicans Nola? How you doing? What it do, pimpin'? Well, anyway, let's keep it going. Thank you for joining us, fam. Please hit the like button upon entry. Much love to all y'all. Thank y'all for spending y'all Wednesday, y'all hump day with the Great Saint Think Tank and the Sports Coma. I appreciate y'all for being here. Much love to you. Big ups to you. And nothing but blessings, love, and success to all of y'all guys' endeavors. If whatever you're doing in life, I want you to have the best. Let's get into the article as well. Sean Payton was mum on the Saints quarterback situation heading into the meeting with the division rival Atlanta Falcons. While talking to reporters during Wednesday's morning breakfast, Payton coach declined to update the status of his QB position. Smart move. No data, Payton says. I'm eating a bagel. I played much of that just now. Matter of fact, the summation of the 7-minute interview we played, which this article kind of prefaces it. It speaks and picks points from it. Now, Payton can provide details when he wants. He chooses to be open about his bagel choices, but not the QB situation. Well said. With Brees dealing with injuries to his ribs and lungs, Saints QB situation is the biggest question heading into week 11 and 12. No, it ain't. No, it's not the biggest question. Those who know the team, that follow the team, that listen to all the interviews, that's there every blasted minute of the time, or every blessed minute of the time, depending what references or time moments you want to refer to, know exactly who's going to start. If you want the answer, simply look at the chat in the Great Saint Think Tank. They're telling you who's going to start. They are. Brees is likely out at least 2 weeks. It's going at least 2 weeks. When Brees set out the second half of Sunday's win over the 49ers, Jameis Winston took over at center with Taysom playing a bigger role, particularly on third downs and running situations. Payton could elect for a similar plan or possibly hand the gig to Hill, who's technically the team's number 2 QB per the depth chart. Well, we know that's just smoke and mirrors. That's just smoke and mirrors. If Winston gets to start, Payton is to add more field stretching calls than were on the play sheet last week. That's the object. What's the best? And this is the thing. We know Jameis Winston can make all the throws. He can throw the short stuff. He can throw the intermediate stuff. But one of Jameis Winston's greatest gifts is his deep ball. He has a great deep ball throw. And those type of field stretching plays will add a new, what can I say? A new feel to the Saints offense. It'll give you more of an explosiveness. But the thing is, you hear all these joke commentators out here, actors who are pretending to be sports people, are telling you that the Saints don't throw the ball downfield. When we covered it on TSC Q&A Live, our Patreon show on Tuesdays at 6 p.m., we showed footage of the Saints throwing the ball down the field. But it's the narrative that they don't have explosive plays. What do you mean we don't have explosive plays? You guys sit up here and watch the Saints to 7-2. We've had explosive plays. You've seen Alvin Kamara cutting his ass up through the defense. But they're so enthralled with deep ball throwing, deep ball winging. And we 7-2. It's different ways to beat teams, man. I, for one, believe in methodics. Methodics. That's a term that I like to use. I don't know if it's a real term, but if it ain't, I just created one. Almost like somebody that says understand, and there's inner stand, and there's overstand. If you standing under it, then it's got to be an inner and an over. Let's just keep it real. I don't care if it's mentioned in the definitionary or not. The reality is this, is that the Saints do have explosive plays that they tend to use. And we do employ a lot of methodics. We are methodical. And I love methodics because methodics chew the clock and they one-dimensionalize opponents simply by just being disciplined and slicing you up a million cuts and you'll bleed to death. That's what methodics is, and the Saints are 7-2. And it was enough to shred the Tampa Bay Succaneers. You know, we would have beat this other damn team if Taysom wouldn't have fumbled the ball. We did put the 30, bro. We could have put 40 up on them in that matchup, to be honest with you. But let's get back into the article. I think the one thing we can do here is highlight the strength of any player, not just quarterback. Payton said when asked about the approach. Saints don't need to announce a start until kickoff Sunday against the Falcons. Payton will continue to keep Atlanta guessing and preparing for 2 vastly different QBs until he's forced to show his hand. In time, we suggest you get a bagel, whichever flavor best suits your mood. Thank you for the bagel references. All right, let's get into the next article here from NOLA.com. Luke Johnson, he says Drew Brees' injury gets second opinion and reportedly shows he'll still need to miss multiple games. All la-di-da. A second look at the chest injuries New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees sustained in the last 2 games did not change his diagnosis, according to the NFL Network. Brees is dealing with multiple fractured ribs on both sides as well as a collapsed lung. The NFL Network report indicated the confirmation of injuries will result in Brees missing at least 2 weeks to recover. Payton declined to comment after taking a hard hit from 49ers defensive lineman Katavius Street. In the second quarter of Sunday's win, Brees missed only 1 snap while finishing off a pair of touchdown drives. But he did not take the field at halftime, yielding the offense to back up Jameis Winston. In the second half, Winston completed 6 of 10 for 63 yards to close out a 27-13 win. And for the Jameis Winston haters, it was remember what happened against the Los Angeles Rams last year when Drew Brees exited the season for 5 games. That game, that Rams game, the Saints lost that game. Teddy Bridgewater came into that game, didn't play well, didn't look sharp at all. At least Jameis, when he came into the game, they actually, they was able to finish off and get the win. Now, true to Ryan, whatever his name is, the guy with the bug eyes, used to play for the Steelers, Ryan Clark. To his credit, he did give the Saints, I have to give Ryan Clark some credit because he did give credit to the Saints and said that he believes that they can go undefeated for the next 4 or 5 games. Now, if you look at the schedule, that's very true. We do have 2 outings against a subpar Atlanta team, even though they're playing better. They've won 3 of the last 4 games since going 0-5 under Dan Quinn. They've won 3 or 4 and really would have went 4, should have went 4 for 4. They should have beat Detroit. They lost by 1. But they have been playing a lot better than what they've been playing under Dan Quinn, and they playing without any pressure, which means we can't take Atlanta lightly. I'm not saying we're going to lose, but we cannot take Atlanta lightly. Remember, we always seem to play down to our level of competition. I would like to be able to I want to hammer Atlanta both times. That means that we've dominated them, fundamentally speaking. Now, we know each other because we basically have the same personnel. I think the Saints are similarly a lot more talented than Atlanta is on both sides of the ball. They have a very good offense. When they're hitting on cylinders, they can be tough. But as usual, the offensive line is the issue with the Atlanta Falcons, and I believe that our defensive line can make their offensive line look subpar, and that ultimately will lead to us winning that game, the next game. You got Denver, Atlanta again, and of course Philadelphia after Philly. You're looking at Kansas City, and you got Minnesota in there, and then you got Panthers at the end of the year. So the Saints, you look at it, the majority of those teams are sub 500 teams, even although Minnesota is starting to look good. They've won a few games, and they're starting to peak. The Minnesota Vikings are starting to peak. So about time we get to them, it might be an interesting matchup there. But Jameis Winston, listen, man, this is not, let me say this. This guy is not no stinking rookie. This guy had plenty playing experience in college. He's had plenty playing experience with the Tampa Bay as a starting quarterback. He can make all the throws, and they keep talking about interceptions. Listen, Jameis, the interceptions, they're going to come. The thing is the touchdowns. And he's never been behind such a talented offensive line, the talented, balanced offense as this team. And we're not asking Jameis to do anything other than to manage the game and be a game manager. The same stuff they asked from Teddy Bridgewater last year. Same thing. Even though Sean Payton would deny that because he doesn't want to put that extra pressure on Jameis Winston to go 5-0 like Teddy Bridgewater did. Even though the Saints are a completely better team than what they were last year in terms of personnel. I mean, we had Ted Ginn Jr. last year, opposite of Mike Thomas. We had a mutated offense that was ran by Drew, Jared Cook, Elvin Kamara, and Mike Thomas. I mean, that was your main stalwart offensively speaking. This year, you have everybody. You got Emmanuel Sanders. I don't have to go through the list. Y'all know all these people. Everybody's healthy, raring to go. We just need Jameis to play game manager. And then, of course, he will take his shots because I love his deep ball. He can throw the deep ball. So it's about just using a running attack. Sean Payton will go to the run, which I love. We already could stop the run, so watch how the Saints look with a deep ball and a running game. You know, it's quite possible the Saints can go 5-0. It really is. They really can. It's a soft schedule, or 4-0 or 4-1, somewhere around there. All right, let's look at the next article right here. The Saints placed in intensive COVID-19 protocols ahead of league-wide mandate. Now, of course, Sean Payton dropped on there. This is from Amy. Said the Saints were placed in NFL's intensive C-19 protocols again this week after they played against the San Francisco Niners because of one of the Niners players, defensive end Eric Armstead, was placed on injury COVID-19 list. That's what Payton said. Armstead was in 40 snaps in Sunday's game. He tackled Taysom Hill twice, running back Latavius Murray once, and lining up opposite of Ryan Ramczyk for most of the game. The Saints will remain on enhanced restriction for the foreseeable future because beginning Saturday, all 32 NFL teams must operate under the intensive protocols for the rest of the season, according to the memo from the league office sent to all clubs on Wednesday. Here we go. While under intensive protocols, NFL teams must have virtual team meetings or to be held in the largest indoor space, and everyone must wear masks while at the facility, including during practice. If players elect not wearing masks at practice, they must wear the Oakley face shields instead. I wonder if those been tested to stop anything. Well, the masks have, and that's just beyond the realm of logic. It has been said many times that our 2020 season cannot be normal because nothing about this year is normal. NFL Commissioner and Roger Goodell wrote in a memo according to ESPN. Flexibility, adaptability have been critical to our success to date, and we must continue with that approach. The Saints have been under the intense protocols before. 2 of their own players have been previously tested as positive for C-19, which was Dwayne Washington during the training camp and wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders early this year. We're all familiar with both those. And those guys made it through, and they're not of the age where you would have problems, as it is something that you can get over, as the rate is 99.9. I think some of the latest people were saying. All right, let's move on to the final article right here. And we're talking about what can the Saints expect from Jameis Winston. It's from our good friends at Saints News Network, Bob Rose. His latest article, and he talks about this. This is an on-point article right here by Bob. I appreciate them dropping this one here, and we're going to go over and read it. Big ups to the rest of the family members in the live stream chiming in. Please hit the like button, fam. Over 70 people in the Great Saint Think Tank. That's not forget to hit the like button. It helps the show. Uncle Paulie, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, my brother. All right, what can the Saints expect from Jameis Winston at quarterback? Well, let's delve into that. For 12 seasons, the Saints saw little need to prioritize the backup quarterback position. From 2006 to 2018, quarterback Drew Brees played at an elite level and displayed rare durability. Brees started 219 of 222 games, including playoffs. 2 of those 3 missed starts were meaningless season finale games when Brees and several veterans were given the day off to rest for the postseason. At the beginning of 2018 season, the Saints traded for QB Teddy Bridgewater to back up Brees. The move paid off in 2019 when Brees had thumb surgery and missed the first game with injury since 2015. Bridgewater went 5-0 as a starter in his absence, turning that success into a lucrative contract to become Carolina Panthers starter this offseason. New Orleans responded by signing Jameis Winston, who had periods of success as a starter in 5 years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Winston was the first overall selection in 2015's draft, now has a chance to show what he can do in New Orleans offense. Brees suffered multiple fractures of his ribs on both the right and left sides in Sunday's win over the San Francisco 49ers, causing him to miss the second half. There's no timetable for Brees' return, but he would definitely miss this Sunday showdown against the Atlanta Falcons, and likely at least 3 weeks. What's at stake for the Saints? Let's look at that. New Orleans has a 7-2 record, good enough for an NFC South's lead and tied for the best record in the conference. Early speculation is that Brees could miss up to 4 weeks. The Saints will play at the Falcons at home. They say the Saints will play the Falcons at home, followed by 3 straight road games against the Broncos, an Atlanta rematch, and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Buccaneers are right behind the Saints in division in the division with 7-3 record, and the 5 other teams in the NFC have either 2 or 3 losses. New Orleans welcomes wideouts Thomas and Sanders back to the lineup last week. Their presence in the huddle gives giving Winston a full arsenal of weapons, along with tight end Jared Cook, Latavius Murray, Alvin Kamara, who leads the NFL in yards from scrimmage. Defensively, the Saints have the league's 4th-ranked unit and play their best football of the year. New Orleans cannot afford a slump down the stretch in such a hotly contested conference as they position themselves for a postseason run. What's at stake for Winston, says Bob. Nobody has doubted Winston's ability. He has a powerful arm, good mobility, is a proven productive passer. His criticisms are about the ability to diagnose defenses and the massive amounts of turnovers. Winston leads the NFL. He led the NFL with 5,100 yards, 5,109 yards, passing yards in 2019, and threw 33 touchdowns, but also led the league with 30 interceptions. He averaged 268 yards per game through his career with 121 touchdown passes, but also 88 interceptions. When you look at his career statistics, that is pretty good, man. He averages 268 yards per game and has 121 touchdowns versus 88 interceptions. 26-year-old Winston now has an opportunity to resurrect his career. That's why he came here. He signed a 1-year contract this season with an eye on a starting job in 2021. Here's his chance. Some have predicted it could even be with New Orleans if Brees retires after the season. No matter where it may be, this is a job audition for Jameis Winston and one of those most talented and diverse offenses in the NFL. What to expect? Winston completed his first 6 passes for 63 yards after entering the game against the Niners, but missed the last 4 attempts. He was sacked twice, had an easy interception drop. He showed all the traits he exhibited throughout his career in one half, displaying a powerful arm but inconsistent accuracy and not handling pressure well. Remember, Winston came into the contest with a game plan designed around Brees, what Drew Brees does best. Coach Payton is one of the league's his best offensive minds and will tailor his game plans around the skills of Winston and Taysom Hill. New Orleans will need the 12th-ranked running attack that averages 121 yards per outing to be effective to give Winston a balanced attack. We should expect more plays to be designed for Hill from the quarterback position, but he's the most dangerous as a runner. Don't expect the Saints to be a run-heavy offense without Brees in the lineup. New Orleans has averaged 35 pass attempts per game in 2020. Last season, Brees' average was 37 attempts, but Bridgewater averaged 33 passes per game during his 5 starts. It's hard to believe that New Orleans' passing game will be just as efficient with Winston behind center. He's completed 61.4% of his career throws, while Brees' career completion is almost 68% and hasn't completed less than 70% of his throws since 2015. We should see from Winston more big plays downfield, which should open up space underneath. Payton would also call some short, quick passing passes early to boost Winston's confidence, just as he did with Bridgewater last year. He says Winston will benefit from a much better offensive line than he ever had in his 5 years with the Bucs. The New Orleans Saints offensive line is arguably the best in the league and will give him the pass protection he never enjoyed in Tampa. Running back Alvin Kamara is having a season worthy of MVP consideration, and Latavius is a useful complement in the running game. Winston has a deep core of pass catchers in Kamara, record-setting wide receiver Michael Thomas, Pro Bowl veteran Sanders, and Cooks. Jameis is out to prove that he can be a quality NFL starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Their 2020 season fate might now depend on whether he can do precisely and be that quarterback. So big ups to Bob Rose. Spectacular articles as usual. As his latest article from the Saints News Network is entitled, "What Can the Saints Expect from Jameis Winston at Quarterback?" So, I mean, that's some of the stuff that, we look at. And he's right. He did show those qualities. The guy had a wide open interception he dropped pretty easily. But like I said, man, I still like the fact that you look at Jameis Winston, but what does Jameis Winston look like in the Saints offense when the game plan is tailored for his strengths? Because I remember, who that to you, Jason Thomas? I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember when Teddy Bridgewater was his last year in that Atlanta game. I mean, that Rams game, he didn't look too good. And then he came back, and once they started tailoring the offensive game plan around him, he looked a lot better. So I think that's a major part of this whole system, man, is that ultimately what the Saints have to do is they're going to have to make that tailor. They're going to have to take him to the tailor shop. They got to make that suit for Jameis. And like I said, his best throw is his deep ball. Now, he can throw the little short stuff, and he's a rhythm passer too. Meaning you got to get Jameis Winston. You got to get Jameis Winston the ball. And like I said, the slants help with Mike Thomas, getting them, let him find that rhythm, let him build that confidence, balance the attack, running game, carries the offense until he gets up to speed, and then a couple of deep shots to keep the defense honest. This will be a tricky thing for Atlanta because this offense, you know, they don't know what to expect. It's not a Drew Brees offense where they'll lay in the cut and then play you for the run. They can't do that. They don't know how to gauge you now. I'm gonna be honest with you. They don't know how to gauge you. They have an idea who the quarterback is, but even if you know who the quarterback is, they don't know how this thing gonna go. How is Payton gonna come out? Is Payton gonna lay up off that thing, be a little bit consistent, use the running attack, or Payton gonna say, you know what? We're gonna just be who he is, and we just gonna get you in there. We're gonna get you some passes, get you going. We're gonna still operate, and we're just gonna add some more deep throws in this here thing. You don't know and that's the truth. Atlanta don't know what they're gonna get. They don't know what the hell they're going to get. Inevitable, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, bro. Trey Joseph, big ups to you. What's up, fam? Good to see y'all in the chat. So, I mean, and that's one of the things, man, that Abraham, who that to you, Abe? Good to see you. Chiming in all the way from Cali. Big ups to Abraham and the rest of the fam. And that's the great thing, man, that you got to look at if you're the Saints. We're going to surprise some people, man. We really are. And the thing, and listen, Drew went down. This happened last year. Lori, who that to you, baby? Good to see you in the chat, Lori. Who that? That's the thing that we seen last year. He went down. We did the same thing. Can they go 5-0? I don't see. I mean, listen. I wouldn't expect from years LMAO, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, fam. My thing is, who would expect the Drew Brees to miss? And I say it's going to be the same amount of games. 4 or 5 games. Who's seen that happening again? You know, he gonna miss 5 games, and then people say, "Well, yeah, that's history repeating itself." But that part of history, why not? The Saints' next 4 games against subpar competition, in my opinion. Denver is a team that they could beat. Atlanta is a team that they can beat. You just got to play your game, run the ball, play your defense, one-dimensionalize the ass, and I mean, listen, the Saints can run the ball and stop you from running the ball. That's what they do. The Saints run the ball well. They average 121 yards a game. So they can run the ball. And they're the best, even though they have Tampa Bay listed as the best in stopping the run. I say it's us. Because when we tested Tampa Bay's running attack, we put up, 120 plus 130 yards on these smelly asses out there. In their own building. So in my opinion, that the best run stuffing team in the league is the New Orleans Saints. There's no doubt about it. Keith Herder, who that to you, bro? Charles Winston, who that, bro? Good to see you in the chat. Please hit the like button, family, as you come into the chat. Please hit the like button if you haven't hit it. And that's what I'm talking about when you look at it at the other end. So we can run the ball and stop the run, but what does the Jameis Winston offense look like? Sean Payton, does he dial it back? Or does he come into it and say, look, Jameis, you're not a rookie. You've been in the league. This is your 6th year in the league. You've orchestrated a professional offense. And a lot of people forget the fact when they talk about Jameis Winston that he was out there. They had several coaching changes, several offensive coordinator changes, a shitty offensive line, no steady running attack. None of that. All that's a soft commodity here in New Orleans. This is an offense that's a QB-friendly system. He's a guy that can pick up on it. And they're like, well, what plays you like to run? And I'm going to tell you, Josh go 23, who that to you, bro? They're going to ask Jameis Winston, Jameis, what you like? What kind of plays you like? Well, I like this and I like that. I like this. I like to eat the W's. I mean, all that stuff they're going to get from Jameis Winston. They're going to find out what he likes to do. And Sean Payton's going to incorporate that into the game plan. They are. And the thing is, he just has to manage the game, man. The defense is, man, listen, the defense is playing fire as hell. The two highest safeties is excellent. Quan Alexander's there to cover up your goddamn tight end. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson firing off the edge with the fold getting the defensive line is getting pressures. They getting a couple of sacks. Chauncey Gardner, he doing his thing. Expect to see more of that. Quan Alexander is continuing to get up to speed on the defense. And the two highest safeties keep the deep ball. You can roll protection to either side. You can neutralize. So you want the Saints defense have gotten it. They've now got on rhythm and line. The special teams is playing a lot better ball than what they were playing the last several outings. So you're not just looking and saying, look, the running game is it. No, this is a whole team effort. Just like what happened last year when Drew went out, the whole goddamn team came together just like they did last year to help the Saints win those games. Do we remember that? Do you remember? That's what I'm talking about. Benjamin Smith, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat. Big ups to you. Wayne Bradley, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat. Much love to you. Ricky Jones, what up, Ricky? Who that, bro? Please hit the like button, family, as you come into the chat. Please hit the like button. But, I had to bust that. Do you remember? Had to bust that maze on you because that I'm trying to go back into our mind and remember a lot of this is going to look very similar. It's going to look very similar to what we did last year. Same scenario. And the cool part about it is this version of the Saints is better on all. Look, offensively better, defensively better, special teams better than last year's reincarnation. And you have a softer next 4-5 games than you had when that happened to you last year. The games that you had when you took on, you lost, you had the Rams, you had the Bears, and then you had played the Cardinals. Remember that? You had those 5 games. Them wasn't pushover games. Those are pretty good teams that were playing at that time. That was pretty good team. But you got 2 matchups against Atlanta, 1 against Denver, and then with Philly. And I know every game is its own game. But listen, if you're a Super Bowl team, you looking for that, man. You looking to knock these teams in the dirt. Bottom line, Till. What's up to my dog, Till? Good to see you in the chat, bro. Jared Slack, who that to you, Jared? All the family members who had to hit the like button, please hit the like button. It helps us out exponentially. Please hit the like button if you hadn't hit it. And that's something that I said maze. I meant I said maze. I shouldn't have said maze. Because see, that threw y'all off because that could be the Michael Jackson. You remember the time like Jamal put down there? Or it could have been Earth, Wind, and Fire. Huh? Yeah, so you see, I just threw a little bit out there. See, you get from that what you want. It could have been Michael Jackson. It could have been Earth, Wind, and Fire, baby. But do you remember? Now that was but listen, man, all I can say is this, man, is that I'm just trying to bring back the fold, back into the mental matrix of the family members out there in the Great Saint Think Tank, is that this, why would you do something? And let me just say this, man. If you got evil people in the world, and God know they do, there are evil people in the world just like they got good people in the world. It's what it is. But the thing is, most evil people don't think you're going to remember a trend. Well, what is history? It's a cycle. It's just this going over and over again. And they tell you the old saying, history repeats itself. Well, when does it not repeat itself? When does history not repeat itself? When something or someone recognizes this and then jumps in there and breaks the chain. And I say that to say this. Who that to you, Lee? I say this. And I bring that up because of this. Because if you understand that what you had in success last year, why would you go away from it? These coaches are very superstitious, and they are creatures of habit. They'll tell you that. And if they got, like, some of them will wear the same socks. If they win in games in a row, you best believe they got Saints players right now that ain't changed their damn underwear. I'm telling you, some guys, they're very superstitious. They'll wear the same pair of underwear. They'll wear the same stinking ass socks. They won't cut their hair. They won't. I'm telling you, it's like, well, whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna keep doing it. I must be doing something right. So you'll see them with the same. They ain't gonna get a haircut. They got the same underwear on, the same socks on. I'm telling you the truth. Take it from somebody who knows. Very superstitious. And I say that as creatures of habit is they already have a game plan that worked to perfection last year. Why would they try to invent something else? They're going to use the same similar process while Payton denies and says, we're not talking about last year. Get ready for that one. Get ready for that shit. You know why? Because he don't want to put the pressure of a 5-0 Teddy Bridgewater on a Jameis Winston of this year. I'm just keeping it honest. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Abraham, who that to you, bro? I see you, fam. Nola says, Big Q, we appreciate time and energy. Thank you, bro, for being here. Much love to you as Jared, bro. Thank you. KBC, even the Cowboys was good at that time. We gave them. I know. That was a tougher schedule last year when we lost Drew for 5 games. I'm saying we lose him for 5 games again this year, and we got him in 2 games against the Falcons, a Denver Bronco team that might not have Drew Lock. They probably have Riffin up there playing for him. We got to leave 2 or 3 days early to get out there to get acclimated to Denver's height, the altitude up there. That's the only major concern I have. And if it's snow, what I give a damn if it's snow? You know what works in the snow? The goddamn running game. Denver can't throw the ball anyway. I think that works better for us than them. It's like, well, Saints don't play anything. Look, run stuffing and running game works in any weather, whether it's rainy or otherwise. It works. It's a game plan that keeps going. Ricky said, only problem I got with Jameis is the numbers he selected. I'm having nightmares, bro. Bro, ain't no need to have that, bro. Let's forget that Tampa Bay Jameis. No say who that, bro. Yeah, I will, bro. I'll be taking calls for about an hour after we come back from break. In about a minute or two, we're going to jump in the break. And when I come back from break, I'm going to put a link in the chat for the family members to chime in. And then you can be able to pop up on the show. And we're going to take as many calls as we can take right up until about 6:30. Then we're going to cut off the day because we got Pelican post-game report coming up. We got the NBA draft we're going to cover. So, we're going to shut it off at that time. Actually, we take it just short of an hour. Take as many calls as we can, just to let you know. Thanks for the question, bro. High Rise 28, who that to you? Jordan, who that to you, bro? Good to see you in the chat, Jordan. Much love to you. Brock, what's up, Brock? Who that to your family? Welcome to the live stream as well. Big ups to you. No Saint, who that to you? Roderick Williams, who that to you? He said I couldn't take deep breaths. All right. And the rest of the family members, big ups. He says, bro, you guys are going to smash Denver. But see, that's the thing, bro. One game at a time. And Ricky, once again, who that to you if I ain't tell you, bro? Big ups to you. But yeah, thank you for that, Jason. Appreciate you, bro. And that's what it come down to, fam, is we remember at Jameis Winston's time in Tampa Bay, it's going to be a little different. We know Jameis has that gunslinger mentality, but that's up to the Saints to get it together. Now, it's not totally going to be Jameis Winston's offense. I often said that I think to a degree it's going to look like it's going to look exactly similar to what it was when he had Jameis Winston in there last year. Teddy Bridgewater in there last year with Taysom Hill with him when they was mixing the plays. But remember, the way it worked last year was because Taysom was the real second string quarterback, and not the one, because he really the third string quarterback, because Jameis is the second quarterback, despite the fact that Taysom is Steve Young. But, we'll see how much faith you have in him. Who starts? We all know who starts, don't we? Brandon, who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, Brandon. But that's the thing that I want to pay attention to, is that this will resemble what happened last year when the Saints had Teddy Bridgewater, Jameis Winston, I keep saying Jameis, I mean Taysom. When he had Teddy Bridgewater and Taysom Hill together, and Taysom didn't play as much as he is doing now because he was a second string quarterback. My thing was, if you want to keep Taysom playing at that level where you can have at least, if he's rolling out there 80% of his Taysom Hill package plays, that you can get at least 50%, maybe right about now you should be trying to bring a quarterback in. Because with Drew, you don't know what you're going to do. Well, should we put Drew on the injury reserve? Hell yeah, you should put Drew on the injury reserve. Drew's not coming back in 2 weeks. Come on, man. That's not, I mean, come on. We shouldn't want him back in 2 weeks. I don't want to win that bad. I would lean on your running attack, baby. But then again, let me preference this again when I say what happened last year. Remember, I keep saying, man, history repeats itself. Remember last year what happened, family? Remember last year what happened with Alvin Kamara? When it was telling you it was his ankle, but really it was his knee. But he was lying and telling people that he was 75 and 80% of himself. And then this year, when he readdressed it, he said he was really 50%. And I'm like, why would you tell us that and tell us this? I can only take you at your word. So why would you say, well, I ain't want to let the team down? Well, you wouldn't have been, I mean, that's just a terrible thing. Thank you, LMO. He said, donator says, all we need is Winston to do is read the defense, don't turn over the football, put the offense in position to score. Hell, I even take the win-loss field goals. Thank you, bro. Yeah, thank you, LMOA. Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate that. But you're absolutely right, man. Game manager, and then game manage until you get that. So I get that. But what I'm saying is, I don't want Drew back because I don't want the situation to happen with Alvin Kamara, where he had one leg, and he said that was his words. Alvin said I was basically playing on one leg, and I said to myself, I got upset, and I said, why was they doing that to Alvin Kamara, playing him on one leg when you had a two-leg, totally healthy Latavius Murray over there, who's averaging 4.5 yards per carry? That was horrible. I don't think you should do that to players like that. Now, he was able to shake back from that, but that is incredibly dangerous. And with Drew Brees, he was playing with broken ribs, and nobody reported it. And then they found out he had these broken ribs from the previous week. And then they'll tell you on the injury list, it was a shoulder situation when the man playing with 2 broken ribs. You see? And I know everybody loves Sean Payton, but y'all got to cut this out, man. Nobody, there are good and bad in everybody, man. And I know just because you acknowledge the bad when you say something that they did and you speak the truth does not mean that you are ridicule around me. You're talking the truth. You're not talking slanderous stuff. That's the truth. And see, that type of stuff that I don't like. I don't like endangering these guys. If Drew had 2 broken ribs before he got his ass screw dry, he got the guy did him like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He did old Texas rattlesnake. You know, he took him in. He might as well did the Rock or something on Drew Brees the way that some bitch tackled him and put him in. He was almost like he was trying to plant a tree or something the way he put him in the turf. Good grief! And then none of the offensive linemen try to go at that guy, try to Kyle Turley his ass or something. You know, he tried to help him up. Man, get your ass away from me, Ruiz. Why you ain't blocked that guy? I'm sorry, Drew. Anyway, man, I'm just letting off a little steam about the situation, man. But listen, all I'm saying is if Drew's not good to go, don't put him up in the game, man. It's not a good look. We got Jameis Winston in there, and I think Jameis Winston can game manage, and they'll open up the plays. But I don't even think Sean Payton going to be conservative. I think Sean Payton's going to still orchestrate a lot of that offense through Jameis. And I think, to be honest with you, Jameis Winston fits what he likes to do more so than Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy was kind of a game manager, dinky-donky-do type stuff. And every now and again, but you notice he'll stand there real too conservative, hold on to the ball. The best thing I like about Teddy Bridgewater is that even if he took sacks, he never turned the ball over. He was very careful about that. Jameis is a gunslinger. He's going to take opportunity. That's just in his nature. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that Jameis Winston is not going to throw a pick or two. He almost threw one in the last game when he came in there. The guy dropped it. He threw it right to him. So you're going to get the interceptions, but I think you're going to get more touchdowns than interceptions. And I can live with that. Give me more touchdowns than interceptions because the guy ain't going to be perfect. He's going to throw an interception or two or what have you. But I promise you he'll have more touchdowns than he do interceptions. He is. Then you're going to see Taysom go up in there and do his thing too. And it might at times seem like it's a double, like it's a quarterback, like them old college 2 quarterback systems where you see the quarterback, one guy coming up. I mean, to a degree, they're going to cut Taysom's plays out because he's the second string quarterback. If Jameis gets hurt, Taysom has to take over. Or if Taysom stars, Jameis has to take over. But most of the great Saint Think Tank knows it's going to be Jameis Winston to start this game. Even though that Sean Payton says that Taysom is Steve Young. If he's Steve Young, Mr. Payton, you need to put Steve Young in the game because we have Drew Brees and we have Steve Young. I want to see Steve Young. And I ain't going to lie to you. I won't see Taysom Hill play a full game at quarterback. I really would. I would love it because that'll put to bed a lot of the stuff that I've been seeing on tape about him not reading the coverages when he's in a shotgun setup, so you can, as a quarterback, look over the defense, see what they're doing. But when you just take the ball and just run and it's a 7 to 8 man front, you got a suicide wish, man. I know you 6'1" and 240 pounds. Yeah, that's true. But dude, you can't outdo a man 6'3", 240 pounds that's doing that for a living. It won't happen. You're still a quarterback at the end of the day, and you got to behave like such. Tyrone T-Bone, who that to you, bro? He says, we got this. I'm not worried. I know. I'm not worried at all. I'm just saying that we looking at the rest of it, spanning out that Jameis Winston is going to be fine. And I'm more excited about it than anything because I want to see what the Saints' deep ball attack look like. And Jameis Winston, his best throw is that deep throw. I want to see what it look like. Nola says, Big Q, you think Tommy Stevens would have been an option in this Q? Absolutely not, bro. Absolutely not. I don't think Tommy Stevens would have been an option here. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He wasn't ready. And I keep saying that if they want to give Payton, Payton wants to give Taysom some more packages. To do his package, you're going to need another quarterback on staff. You're going to go into this game without another quarterback. I think today would have been a good time to go get JT Barrett. He's still sitting out there. You had JT Barrett. He's familiar with your system. At least you have another quarterback in case something happens. Because you got a guy that you use in different places. And Taysom not just going to sit on the bench the whole game. Sean's going to use him sparingly. But still in all, you still need another quarterback. I'm just keeping it real. All right. And big ups to the rest of the family members chiming in this one. Tyrese says, he says, I like the gunslinger mentality. If the defense can hold when Jameis throws picks, we can get there. And listen, I'm not, Wendell, who that to you, Wendell? Good to see you. Roderick, what's up, fam? He says, James Winston is still former #1 pick and a champion. Thank you, Roderick. And that's the thing. I'm not, and DJ, who that to you, good to see you in the chat. Big ups to you. And thank you, Tyrese, for that question. Last Saint in the building. Big ups to you, bro. Hold'em Hook, what's up, Mike? Who that to you, bro? Big ups to you. Listen, I'm not saying, bro, I'm not going to sit up here and blow smoke up you knew what, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to tell you is Jameis Winston's going to throw interceptions. You get used to it. He is. But he's not going to throw more interceptions than touchdowns, and I can live with that. Listen, I can live with that. All right, thank you for that question, Nola Balls. Big ups to you, bro. Yeah, but Carolina Panthers got him, and the guy likes him out there, and he sees him as a quarterback. And I tell you what, he might be out for a little bit because P.J. Walker or whatever his name is going to take over the offense if Teddy Bridgewater can't go. All right, big ups to the rest of the family members as well. Big ups to you. Just like Delvin, bro. That's right, Jordan. Good comment, Jordan. Jordan say just like Delvin, bro. Old habits don't die hard. Some people listen, open your ears to the truth, man. You gain knowledge from that. Don't do this. I don't want to hear nothing. I mean, come on, man. Don't do that. Open your information because it always makes you wiser and smarter to have an alternative perspective. You got to. You just can't just get this or that. Open up to different vantage points here. But that's what I'm saying about Jameis. Jameis is going to throw picks. Get ready for it. But he's going to throw more touchdowns than picks. I'm just going to keep it real with you. He's a gunslinger. And it's hard to get the gunslinger mentality out of a guy. And man, been doing that his whole career. He won a national championship at Florida State with the same mentality. Didn't work in Tampa Bay because they was a stinking, rotten-ass organization who didn't have any leadership. Let's get that straight. How would Drew have looked in Tampa Bay with him flip-flopping head coaches and offensive coordinators like they did? Not building the offensive line correctly out of there. And then people look at it and say, that's the same guy. You can't, that doesn't make any sense. You can't then say with Jameis, the best he could been was with Tampa Bay produced. Tampa Bay was a losing, floundering, stuttering, fumbling, garbage ass organization. They were. And they still are, despite the fact, despite all of the national media kissing Tom Brady's ass and worshiping him. All them people, Skip Skeletor, Bayless, and Kyle Patty, Kyle Hurd, all them dudes got little altars or little figurines that sit on their dresser at night that they roll over and wake up in the morning and say thank and pray to that statue of Tom Brady. They got a little figurine that sits on their coffee table that they roll over and pray to every morning before they get up. And that's the religion of worship of the Tom Brady religion. I mean, it's pathetic is what it is. It's pathetic. But the reality is that's where he came from. That organization didn't have the line that the Saints have, a steady line. The Saints offensive line been a top 5, top 10 unit for the past several seasons. They have been. The running attack has been consistently a top 10, the top 15 rushing attack in the NFL. The defense has been a lot better statistically over the last several seasons. They have weapons all over the place. And to think that Jameis wouldn't be able to have success with a running game and a line that could protect him, and a quarterback, and a head coach, Sean Payton knows what he's doing. That's why he picks these type of quarterbacks to work with. Jameis Winston and Teddy Bridgewater are similar insofar as they're right at the right stage of development for you to have them. They're both reclamation projects. Teddy Bridgewater was a reclamation project that nobody, if it wasn't for the Saints and what they did for Teddy Bridgewater, he would not have gotten that $60 million contract to go with Carolina. He was thrown away after that injury. He was thrown away. The Saints took him and turned him into a $60 million quarterback that Carolina said, we got to get that guy. You don't think they can do that for Jameis Winston either? Who Jameis Winston, reality speaking, he has more tangibles. He has more, even though the only thing I give Teddy Bridgewater that Jameis doesn't have is he's a lot more accurate because he's more cerebral than Jameis is. But that's it. Jameis got him beat on everything else. If it comes down to see the cerebral aspect of it, that's Teddy Bridgewater. That's always been his game. The cerebral, he's always been an intelligent quarterback. Jameis is not as cerebral as TB was. He's not. But he don't have to be. This is a Saints, this is a QB friendly system. Need I remind the great Saint think tank about the quarterback Luke McClown? I call him Luke McCown. His name is Luke McCown, but I call him Luke McClown. Do we remember Luke McClown and what he did in the Saints offense? Remember several years ago, Luke McClown threw for almost 500 yards in the Saints offense? You remember that? We haven't seen very much of it because Drew never gets hurt. He's always in there. But when you do get another guy in there that can take command of the offense, it gives you always good results. If Luke McCown could do it, Teddy Bridgewater most certainly can do it. Let me tell you something. All right, big ups to the rest of Ryan G. Who there to you, Ryan? Good to see you in the chat. Big ups to the rest of the family members as well. Much love to you and Yearns. Wendell Leslie, much love to you as well, fam, and all the family members joining the live stream. Listen, we're going to go on a break. When I come back, we're going to open up the chat for any questions, concerns, or comments. And you guys can chime in. We're going to do it probably maybe about 45 minutes worth of call-ins. We got a Pelican post-game report coming up later on today. And we're going to cover that. So we got to probably cut the show short to meet that show, to get to that show. So I want to thank all you guys. Please hold on after the commercial break. We will return and talk more Saints. And plus, I get to the comment section, I get to the chat, and I will get to y'all questions, concerns, and comments. Put them in the chat. I promise I'll try to get to them. And also, we'll have a link in the chat so you can chime in on the other side of the break. Please stay with us. And we'll be back momentarily after this break. Live clean, eat cleaner. The only natural and patented produce wash. Eat Cleaner is a tasteless, odorless, and lab-tested line of food wash and wipes that is up to 99.9% more effective than water in cleaning wax. The only natural, patented produce wash in a 14-day study, applying Eat Cleaner all-natural fruit vegetable wash to a variety of fruit and 100 pure guaranteed vegetables. Also prolongs shelf life up to 5 times longer through a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. This can help save your family on average of over $500 per year, reducing waste and making it easy to get your half plate of fruit and vegetables each day. Eat Cleaner offers a wide variety of solutions for food safety and shelf life extension for consumers, retailers, food service, and operators. USDA bio-based, OMRI listed for use on organic produce, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, made in the USA, lab-proven, and patented. So if you want cleaner fruits and veggies, try Eat Cleaner. Check the link in the description section below.
Tea is your escape.
It's your opportunity to create a moment for stillness, for reflection, for yourself. It's your connection to a world of senses, flavors both exotic and familiar, energizing and relaxing. It's your retreat from an increasingly turbulent world. It's the perfect paradox of simplicity and complexity. Teabox.com connects tea to people, uniting the richest flavors of the finest teas with the curious, the cultivated, and the adventurous all over the world. The freshest tea you've ever tasted, from crop to cup. There's simply no simpler way to experience the wonderful complexity of tea. Teabox, packing up the freshness. Tea thrives on freshness, and so do they. Teabox temperature and humidity control facility ensure that tea is maintained. The teas themselves go into oblique bags with aluminum layers that protect them from excess moisture and light. With Teabox, shopping for fresh, loose leaf tea is easy because you make an informed purchase. You know exactly where your tea is coming from. So for the freshest teas in the world, check out Teabox.com. That's right, Teabox.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
The Kleins family has been getting people to go nuts for old nuts since 1995. As legends have it, a number of the Kleins friends who heard the idea said you can go nuts trying to name a store like that. In the excitement, the Kleins thought their friends said old nuts instead of go nuts and proceeded to throw caution to the wind. Old Nuts has over 2,000 items, bulk and wholesale prices of a whole lot of your favorite fruits, nuts, and confections. A selection of gift baskets for any budget, any occasion, and provides one of the best and impressively rated shopping experiences on the web. Fact is, between their selection, service, speed, or their online presence in a virtual mirror retail experience, they have developed an enviable client base that's comprised of personal and professional customers who count on their remarkable range of gift baskets. Think of gift basket, think about Old Nuts. Check them out, oldnuts.com. Check the link in the description section.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers. Tiger talk. Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers. Tough Tiger talk. Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers. Tough Tiger talk. All right, family, thank y'all for tuning back in for the Sports Coma. Much love to the family members on you and your, with you and yours on this edition of the Sports Coma. Much love to you. On this side of the Coma family, we're going to open up the chat. I'm going to use the chat for this version of the Sports Coma. We're going to put in the chat the link. You can feel free to hop on, hit the link, and you can jump on and join us on the show and and check out the show as well. So much love to the family members.
in the building, feel free to join in. Hit the link, and you can be on the show. Now, like I said, family, we got about another 30 or 40 minutes worth of episode left before we have to end the stream. Got a Pelican post-game report show that we're doing tonight, covering all the news and notes of the day. So please feel free to hop in, join in, sign in, and we'll get you on the show. So big ups to the rest of the family members. And we're going to chime in. Okay, we got 2 family members chiming in. Much love to all y'all. Got Brother Jerry and Truth Hurts. We got them coming up in just a moment. So please hit the like button if you hadn't hit it already. And we're going to get in there and get started. Let's start off. We're going to bring Brother Jerry online. Brother Jerry, how you doing, my friend? Who that to you too, my brother? Good to have you on the show, bro.
Always, my brother, always. And shout out to everybody on the chat. How y'all doing? Hope all is well with y'all and you and your family and everybody. I love each and every one of y'all. Who that to all y'all out there.
Same to you, Brother Jerry. What's on your mind today, my friend? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I just want to give my take on what we're going to witness on Sunday. I already heard about the Drew Brees situation, that he's going to be out for maybe 2 or 3 weeks or maybe longer than that. So this is a good time for Jameis Winston to learn that same offense. I mean, he did, like I said, he did well in the second half of the game against the 49ers on Sunday. But I just want to see how well they're going to do playing a full game on Sunday against the Falcons as he make his debut.
How you think that goes, bro?
I think they're gonna be all right. I mean, you know, they give, like I said, they give more reps for Winston. You know, to learn more about the offensive playbook. You know, we might try something that we ain't never seen before. And I don't know, you might see a little flea flicker. You might see I don't know, maybe a good slant to go deep. You never know. He might even run the football. You never know what Jameis Winston got up his sleeve, man, because I just want that Jameis Winston when he was in Florida State, when they helped him win the national championship. Mm-hmm. That's the Jameis Winston that I want to see on Sunday, you know, because he got something good up his sleeve. We just got to wait and see what's going to happen.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, Big Q, we just gotta continue to run the football, like you said, because that's why I was saying in the chat, you mix your runs with your passes, because that's why they call it a balanced team.
Yes, sir.
And that, you see Kansas City doing it, you see Pittsburgh doing it, you see Seattle do it, but the Saints can do it also as well.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, and the Saints with a deep ball throw, that's ridiculous.
Absolutely. And I've seen in the chat tomorrow say I sound like a pastor from St. Luke. He's a mentioned Methodist Baptist Church. Shout out to you tomorrow. I wish I was, but I ain't no pastor. I'm just giving my thoughts. Oh man, I love them. I love my people, man. I love them to death, man.
But that's good. That's good commentary there, Brother Jerry. I agree with you, man. Being balanced, that's a major part of it. But I also think Coach Payton opens up the deep ball throw. We got Emmanuel Sanders running. We got Deontay. I mean, it's so many ways, man. And we're going to actually have an advantage over teams for the next several weeks until they can pinpoint exactly what kind of Saints offense or what they would like, what they're going to like to do. So we got kind of an advantage because they don't quite know exactly how we're going to do this, regardless of what quarterback we have there. What the offenses look like, they don't know. And in any way, they're going to be the guinea pigs of what the Saints going to be able to do. Atlanta, then Denver and Atlanta again. So actually, I mean, this gives us more attention and focus on what we need to do. That kind of eliminates the opportunity for us to have failure or whatnot. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to do here. We got No Saint, Byron, the Truth Hurts, and Jason on this, that's lined up behind Brother Jerry. But I'm going to give you the last comment there, Brother Jerry, before we move on to the next caller, my friend.
Oh no, I just wanted to just give you my intake on like I said, what we're gonna witness on Sunday. But like I said, I'm not gonna give a prediction yet. I'm gonna probably wait till either Friday or probably gonna give it to you Friday because Sunday I know we got to play the Falcons at 12, so that's gonna be kind of early. Besides, I'll be at church that around that time, around like at 10 o'clock. So I'll just give you my prediction on Friday night.
Okay.
I just want to give you my analysis on what we're gonna witness.
All right. Well, I appreciate you dropping by, Brother Jerry, as usual. Thank you for your support, my friend. And I'll see you on Friday's show for your prediction and whatnot. Remember, and to all the family members out there who hadn't probably heard the announcement that we are doing what we rebranded Sunday as Saints Central on the PRO Media Network. And that pretty much means you have the virtual TSC virtual tailgate, which is the pregame, the virtual tailgate recap, and then we're going to be in-game streaming. Starting this game here against the Falcons, all the way out to the rest of the season, we will be here during the game broadcasting just to let the family members know who had not heard that. But Brother Jerry, thank you for joining in, my friend. Appreciate you. And I'm going to see you on the next show, my friend. Appreciate you.
All right. I like your breakdown of what's going on.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Who that to you?
Who that to you? Good night.
Good night, my brother. All right, big ups to the family members. Thank y'all for joining us in the live stream. All the family members, much love to you and Yearns. We got Brother Roderick. Who that to you? Say he love the tight ends. Okay, let's keep it going here. Big ups to the rest of the family members. We got Brother No Saint that'll be coming up next, followed by Brother Byron, Drew Hurts, and Jason Thomas. What's up, Jason? Good to see you on the chat, bro. Big ups to you. Thank you for your support. All right, we got No Saint coming in. No Saint, how you doing, fam? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Big Q, how you doing? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, my friend. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. So, you know, I can see the sanity in this chat room, you know, because when you listen to some of the sports shows, you know, they're asking like, you know, who should start, Winston or Hill, and I'm like, as soon as Brees went down, I knew the starter was going to be Winston. It's not even a question to me. I mean, really, Winston has years of experience starting. Now, this is the thing. He's got big shoes to fill. He's not going to be as accurate as Drew Brees because nobody is as accurate as Drew Brees. Drew Brees is the most accurate in NFL history. He's not going to be as quick decision as Drew Brees because Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. So we got to cut him a little bit of slack there. I mean, you know, it's hard to go from a Hall of Fame cornerback to the next guy and expect, you know, without our eyes got used to seeing Drew Brees and his accuracy and his command of the field. And we can't expect Winston to do that. But, you know, I was talking to some guys today, and I'm with you. I think last year when Teddy Bridgewater went on his 5-game win streak, we were all saying, well, if he can go 3-2, right? So out of the next 5 games, I think 3-2 is the worst. I think 4-1 is more likely if Drew Brees doesn't come back for Kansas City, because I just don't think we're going to be able to score with Kansas City without. I mean, anything's possible, but that game was tough even with Drew Brees. You know what I mean? I was looking in the future. I was like, man, that might be a loss. It wouldn't be the worst loss, losing to the Super Bowl champs, but I was thinking maybe that might be one we might take an L on. Who knows? Maybe they don't. You know, we'll see. But man, the Saints on defense been playing. Now I'm interested in the injury report because it wasn't just Drew Brees. We got so many people last week. I mean, it seemed like every other play there was somebody going down. Like I don't even know what the injuries are with like Chauncey Gardner and Lattimore.
They said Lattimore had an abdomen issue. I think they had him limited, but what I'm hearing is that he should be good to go for the Falcons game. Ryan Ramczyk had an issue. Teron Armstead had an issue, but those like Chauncey Gardner Johnson and Teron Armstead, I think they're fine. They weren't listed on the injury report they weren't listed there. But Cam Jordan was with a back issue. He was limited. I expect him to play. Dwayne Washington, we knew about him. We knew about both Traquan and Josh Hill concussions. I don't know if they'll make it. I'm thinking that they would make it to get off that. They're under that concussion protocol, so I'm thinking they might clear it in time for the Falcons game, but who knows? But yeah, you're right, bro. It's a lot to be concerned about in terms of that.
But I'm with you as far as like, at first I always when a game like that happens and we won that game and I said, man, we sure does feel like a loss. But I get down a little bit after the game, but then I think, you know what? We got Sean Payton, and exactly what you said. I was like, he's going to make this offense work for what Jameis Winston's strengths are, and he's not going to hang Jameis Winston out to dry. It's not going to be. It's not going to be like, what is it? Arians, BA out there in Tampa.
Yeah, Bruce Arians. He's gonna talk mess about him in the media.
Yeah, it's not going to be like we got one of the best coaches in the NFL. He's going to curtail this game plan, and I'm telling you, I see 4-1 out of the next 5 games I wouldn't be surprised. Right. I would not be surprised. Now I do have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
When you brought up Cam Jordan, I'm like, is something? I mean, you say he had a back issue right now, but I'm thinking to myself, man, did he drop off that much from last year this year? I know he's making tackles and against the run and stuff, but it just seems like he is not getting to the quarterback this year.
Bro, you're absolutely right. I mean, right now, we was joking about it on TSC Q&A this past Tuesday on Patreon. GM Kev, was dropping some information about Cam. He was on the podcast with his buddy, Mark Ingram, that they do together. And Kevin was basically letting me know that what Cam said about not doing stunts, that he doesn't want to stunt. He's looking at the 100 sack barometer, and that's usually sack greatness when you can reach that century mark of 100 sacks in the season. Well, and I said, well, the majority of most of those sacks he got was because of stunts. His preference to not do stunts anymore. He doesn't want to do the stunts anymore. He wants to get to the quarterback his old way. The issue is Cam's not beating the double team. He's not. And for him to, Trey Hendrickson is doing what he's supposed to do. He's beating a single team block. If you look at the majority of his sacks, he's beating one dude because they don't respect Trey Hendrickson like that. Even though he's piling up sacks, they still would rather roll a protection to the side of Cam. And Cam's, that's nothing new. Cam's been, he was beating double teams when he had the 15.5 sacks last season. He's just not doing it this year. And then, of course, that's why I was saying last show and the previous show was to move him around like J.J. Watt, what they do J.J. Watt in Houston. J.J. Watt has 100 sacks, just for people to know. The Cam wants 100. J.J. has them right now. And it's done because they do mismatches. They move him off of the guy that he's on, and they have protection slid to that side. Well, what happened if you hurry up and swap him and move him to the other side, like they move Watt up and down the defensive line and put him on the other guy? Then they would have to slide protection. What if they're not good at sliding protection? What if something happens where you caught them off guard, and in that moment of confusion, you can able to capitalize on a confused offensive line? That's what I'm saying. Cam is not producing. He's not producing, but that's not saying that he will not produce, because I'm thinking that there's still at least 2 games that he can give you double-digit sacks in. That's coming up. You're looking at Atlanta. I'm thinking the Atlanta games will be double-digit sack game. He just gets off against the Falcons. There's something in him. The offensive line is not really that good. He fires off. He's just something about the Falcons. And like I said, there's a few other games that I think that Cam's going to throw in the sacks, but I'm not anticipating maybe 8 sacks from Cam unless he explodes and goes beyond. But at the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised if Davenport has more sacks than Cam does.
Yeah, you bring up Davenport. I was going to say that. I mean, that's one guy, when he's on the field, I sit there and I watch, and he seems to be blowing the guy off the line almost every play. And he's always like a half step too slow before the quarterback gets rid of the ball. Right. He's there. It's just they throw a lot of, the last few quarterbacks we've been playing have been getting rid of the ball. Well, except for Brady. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, the last few times I've seen Davenport, it's like he's right there, but they're doing those quick plays, those quick passes where you can't get there. And one more thing, I think Ridley's out, right? This week?
No, he's supposed to play.
Oh, he's going to play?
He's going to play.
All right. Well, I feel good, though, and I think we're going to I think we have the advantage going in against Atlanta because just like you said, I think they don't know what to expect. It makes it a lot harder to have game plan when you don't know the quarterback that you're coming up against.
Right.
And Payton's gonna have him ready. So anyway, I'll let the next guy go. I just wanted to talk a little bit of football with you.
Well, no Saint, always an honor to talk with you, my friend. Who that to you, bro? And we'll talk later.
All right, who that?
Who that? That's no Saint, bro. Good dude. All right, we got next coming up. We got brother Byron, the Truth Hurts, Jason Thomas, and Smokeless YT. Y'all guys stay right there. We're gonna get y'all in. Next up the bat on the show. Welcome to the show, brother Byron. How you doing, my friend?
It's all good, bro. What's good with your Q?
I'm doing good, my friend. Welcome to the show, bro. Been a minute.
Yeah, man. It's been like, yeah, I've been busy, though. It's all good. I keep up the show, though.
Well, I appreciate it, bro. What's on your mind today?
Oh, nothing to it, man. I just think that we just mentioned about Jimmy Winston, bro. I mean, I think that he might be the starter. I think I saw he did pretty good in that game when Drew Brees went down Sunday, and I think that hey, man, he could sling that ball though, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he could sling the ball. He missed some throws on Thomas, Kamara, but I think Jimmy Winston gonna be okay though, bro. I think he's gonna be okay. I think that he got to be a lot of proof. As a quarterback, he been in the league for so long. He got a lot of experience. I think Sean Payton gonna use him a lot more, but he ain't got to do too much though. He got to do a whole lot. I think that you get that running game, like you said, with Kamara and Murray. That's what you do. That's a running game attack with the offense that we got. And I think that you use Taysom Hill as a switch army knife, like you always do in this offense. And I think that you use them two guys right there. I think we're gonna just come out like we is though, man, as victorious, as a winning team.
I agree with you, bro. I think I think this is good strategy by Coach Payton to mix them up because, like No Saint said, there's a lot of people say, "Oh, it's Taysom time. It's Taysom time," and I'm like, no. But Sean Payton said that Taysom is Steve Young. Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't differentiate between Coach Payton and Politician Payton, as I affectionately call him. So there is not going to be I would be really surprised if Taysom Hill takes the majority of the snaps from the QB position. Jameis Winston, man, we call him a reclamation project because just like Teddy Bridgewater, it's the same thing, history repeating itself. That's why I'm like, man, 5 games, he's going to miss 5 games. Difference is better Saints team, easier record, easier schedule than what we had last year. Same result, either 5-0, 4-1. And I'm going to say this about Kansas City because I felt like No Saints, several other family members, it's going to be real difficult to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me tell you something. I'm definitely going to go for the Saints in the KC matchup. Mm-hmm. They have a fantastic offense, they do. But the Saints defense, man, listen. Quan Alexander staying healthy. He provides an interesting option to cover up Kels. We can roll protection to Tyreek Hill side if we need him. We'll be able to get pressure. They got some problems going on with the offensive line. We can get to them, and we already stuffing you. You're not gonna run on us. And with that, of course, we got to get to old Mahomes boy. And he's super accurate. I love how he played the game. One of my favorite young quarterbacks out there, young players. Period. Him and Lamar. Love how they play the game. But, like I said, I wouldn't be so fast on that pick. Now, even if the Saints lost that game to Kansas City, it won't hurt them in the NFC. It's an AFC matchup. It's just a good Madden game to watch two offenses go. But I know, I can tell you off top the way Drew Brees think, for him being here that long, he got that goddamn game circled and said, I will be back for that game. Just like he was when they was trying to hold him back for the Arizona game. And he said, nope, I got that game circled. I'm coming back for that game. That's Drew Brees. That's what he's doing. He got the Kansas City Chiefs game circled to be back on the field for the New Orleans Saints if you know your quarterback. Go ahead, Brother Byron.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. I think to me that, I think that was Drew Brees having his eyes on that Kansas City game, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't need to rush him that quick, though. Let him get healed up in the ribs, you know what I'm saying, the shoulder and everything. And once he come back, for that game for KC, I think he's going to be ready and locked and loaded, though, bro. And I think, to me, that you could just go ahead with Jameis Winston for right now. He could carry the load, this offense, with Taysom and everything. And I think that you get to 4-0 before Drew Brees make a return, man, it's going to be hard to stop us once we head to the playoffs, bro. And I'm just saying we're going to make another run this year, though. And I think that the team with that defense that we got right now, the defense is on point, man. I don't care what nobody say. That defense is dominate. every single week. You get turnovers, you get the pressure on the quarterback, you stop the running game. That's how the defense played, how they supposed to play every single week by week, though, bro. When the secondary get everything themselves on their way in that back end, man, look, it's hard. You cannot say the defense not doing what they're doing, though, bro.
You're absolutely right, bro. Defense stepping up, and like I said before, and I don't want to sound redundant, but this has to get out there. The Saints won of those games last year. Those 5 games, they came together as a team. The defense was playing out of its mind in those matchups. They were playing. They were fantastic. They were sacking the quarterback, stuffing the run, getting interceptions. The defense looked really good in those 5 wins when Drew was out, and everybody knew that. Look, our leader, the quarterback, is out. We all have to step up and play. And the defense did that. The special teams did that. And the rushing attack for the Saints, they were already on par. When focused, they stepped up and carried the load. And then, not to mention, like I said last year, when Teddy Bridgewater was there, he had Mike Thomas, Elvin Kamara, and Jared Cook, who was in and out those games. Remember, Cook ain't play all those 5 games. He was hurt, and we didn't have Elvin Kamara some of those games. So we were beating them. We were beating those teams with guys that were back up. We had Ted Ginn Jr. out there. There is no comparison, in my opinion. If you look at the guys that the Saints improved, meaning, adding Emmanuel Sanders there, Traquan Smith, hopefully he's good to go. Marquez Callaway, he'll be ready. Deontay Harris, all those young wide receivers have taken that game up. Jared Cook, he still looked like the 10-man, like he's been in the rain, but he's looking a little bit better. I think he's still hurt. They're not reporting. I think he's dealing with a groin or something because he looks a little bit too ancient to me. But the guys behind it, and guys like what's the title about Troutman? Troutman, was starting to step up. Josh Hill is under concussion protocol. Hopefully he can be ready. But if not, we can use some of these guys. And there's Ty Montgomery, who's another wild card player, that you can throw into the mix. And then Mike Thomas. What does Mike Thomas look like streaking downfield, catching the deep ball? How about that? What about Emmanuel Sanders, who has that speed to stretch the defenses deep? So like I said, they beat a lot of teams. The Saints beat those teams as a team. They came together with Drew out. They all came together, elevated their play, and they won as a team. And I expect the same thing to happen. And this team is better than the team from last year. They really are. They are better offensively. They're better defensively. They're offensively, defensively, and special teams wise. Guys that were there last year or a year or more season, these guys that we have, it's just a better and a softer schedule, even though we got to take care of business. But it does feel good. Notice that we won't have any mental lapses because we know Drew in the game. Drew going to handle business. No, we know that Drew's not there and that we have to handle business. We can't have the mental lapses. We can't and we won't, and that's a positive in my book. Like I said, it don't matter. Listen, family, it don't matter if it's Mike Thomas, he went down, and we was gone since week 2 until he came back. What happened? Traquan Smith stepped up in that time. You found out who is Marquez Callaway. You found out him. You found that Deontay Harris stepped up his game. What happened? When those guys missed time, you had Emmanuel Sanders disappear for 2 games due to the C-19. What happened? You seen them guys step up. And it was what happened when Janoris and Laddie Daddy stepped out. What happened? Them guys stepped up. They ain't look the best, but we still got the wins. The bottom line is this: the reps count. The reps count. Reputations and live reps count. And as you can see, the Saints, it took a hatred, a uniform passion and hatred for a single opponent and the disrespect of the national media to galvanize them into a pissed off team, and the defense have been playing on the back of that ever since. I expect more of the same because Dennis Allen is finally understanding how to roll out that defense. The way he used Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was a breakthrough. He got Quan Alexander to cover up the tight end. You seeing the double high safety look? Listen, I'm telling you something. You better watch out.
Hey, that's why I said, bro, the defense, they always have the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? When you have Garner Johnson, J. Rabbit, Lattimore, Jenkins, Marcus Williams, I think these guys came together though, bro. But they know they finally came as a unit though. And that's why I want to see our secondary to do, bro. When you come as a unit, as a team, of that defense that we is though, bro, it's a force. It's a force because when you have your front 7 with Cam Jordan, Davenport, Rankins, Malcolm Brown, Roach, and David O'Malley. It's on and on, bro. But I'm saying no team can't not go against that defense that we have right now, though. And the bottom line is, I don't care who it is, though, bro. It's gonna be hard to stop the front four we got more than the back end gonna do the same thing, bro. They come together as a unit, though, and that's how we have the way we is though right now as a team that we always gonna be. We are in this making, and I promise, I'm gonna say, Q, the offense you said, Michael Thomas, Sanders, Traquan Smith, Troutman, Taysom Hill, all the weapons we got on this man, no defense ain't gonna stop this offense we got right now, bro. Nobody can stop this offense because it's so protected that you can't tell who's gonna have the ball. But it's like I said, it's gonna be harder for every team to stop it.
Well, Byron, once again, bro, and always, bro, I appreciate your commentary, my brother. I appreciate you chiming in as usual, bro. And, when we open up the lines again for Friday, sure, I'd love to hear from you, bro, and hear what you
I'll be here
24/7.
You already know, bro. I'm always here, bro.
All right, my brother. Thank you. Who that to you, and I'll talk to you later, bro.
Thank you, man. Who that to you?
All right, peace. All right, that's brother Byron chiming in. We got three more family members. The True Hurts. We got Jason and Smokeless. We're gonna get through, and this will be the final three of our callers before we end the stream. Welcome to the show, The Truth Hurts. How you doing, fam?
Hey, what's up, Big Q? How's it going?
Doing good, my friend. How you feeling?
I'm good, thank the good Lord. I want to break down. I want to talk about Jameis Winston a little bit. Okay. I think Jameis Winston. I think he's going to be okay. If the good old Sean Payton, I'm pretty sure he got some packages for him. To get him comfortable. To get him comfortable. Just like he did Bridgewater last year. But just like I said in the super chat that I sent to you from LMAO,
right?
I think now all we need Mr. Winston to do is pretty much be a good game manager, not turn over the football, and just protect the football, not turn it over, and like I said, I would even take the good old Will Clutch /Lux 3 points at times. If he can just put us in position to get 7 to 3 points, at times.
Right.
And on our defense, just keep us like we did last year when Brees went down and Bridgewater was in there, and like you guys said, our defense was just playing lights out. Now if we can get the same performance from that defense, I think we'll be okay. Because another thing that I'm not hearing that anybody talking about, Winston, once he gets comfortable, I mean, he's capable of getting the ball down. I'm talking like deep down the field. And that's going to put panic in other teams if, because we got the speed. We got two guys that can get down there for sure. We know Emmanuel Sanders can, and we know Deontay Harris can. And another thing I wanted to say, like you guys always say, we must be able to attack the teams with the run game. I mean, I'll say Latavius Murray, I'll say this man needs to touch the ball at least about 15 to 20 times in this game. And I heard brother TJ say this too. It's like this guy averaged like 6.5 yards per carry. A lot of times he touched the ball. And we already know what AK-41 can do, whether he's getting handoffs or catching. We already know what he can do. We just need these two guys to, if we can get this running game going, and like I said, if Winston can just read the defenses that we're going to see and just get the ball to the receivers. Like I said, it don't even have to be deep passes. All we got to do is mainly just keep the chains moving and run the ball. If we do that, I think the offense will be okay. Until to our quarterback, to our guy Brees get back. But I like our chances. I like who we going up against the next 4 weeks. Now, and I'm bringing this up because my little brother, in California, he's a big time Chiefs fan. I mean, I used to play that guy on Madden all the time. He was a Chief, and I know Patrick, my homeboy, and all those guys, the Super Bowl champions, but like I heard the other caller say, I think Brees, that's the game he got circled on the calendar. I think that's the game he's going to target and to come back, especially if the Saints, if these next few weeks go the way we all know it should go, we just do what we're supposed to do. I think that game in Week 15 against the Kansas City Chiefs, I think that's the game that we probably will see Drew back. But anyways, I just like our chances coming in this Sunday. I mean, I don't want to make a prediction yet, but I'm going to say this, like, as far as Sunday go, because I think the Saints has a chip on their shoulder, especially what's happening, and everybody counting them out. Oh, we're not going to be anything without Brees. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints come out this Sunday at home against our division rival, the Atlanta Falcons, and win pretty big. I wouldn't be surprised if the defense shows up now, because like I said, Atlanta always plays us tough, but I think we are due to get a big win over them. I'm talking about even if it's running up the score or scoring a lot of points. I think that this game, I wouldn't be surprised if we win by double digits. If, like I said, if the defense shows up and helps out the offense, I think depends on how comfortable Winston is. I think this game it's possible. I'm not, like I said, I'm not predicting anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if we win pretty big because, Winston, he has something to show. I mean, like I heard you guys say, I think he's playing for his future. I think he's playing for his future right now. So, maybe he might be taking extra reps after practice. I mean, we don't know, but I think he has something to prove, and I think we might see a pretty good Jameis Winston, hopefully, at least.
Well, True Hurts, man, you're absolutely full of truth, right? You telling it like it is, bro. I agree with you. The reclamation process project that Jameis is, he came here because he had a conversation. I tell this event quite often here, is that the reason why Jameis is in New Orleans because of Teddy Bridgewater. They're friends. They were they're both from the state of Florida, and Jameis and them out there very close. And Teddy Bridgewater told Jameis Winston he was looking at other places to go for double the money. He was supposed to get $3-4 million a season. A couple of teams were offering Jameis an opportunity, and Jameis turned it down because he had counsel from Teddy, and Teddy saying, "Listen, man, I went there and I learned a lot. You can learn a lot too." Think about, and I often say this: Jameis is more talented, in my opinion, than Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy has him beat cerebrally, and he's cerebral, which gives him that discernment ability. But the gunslinger mentality and everything else, all of the weapons and tools, the throws, everything, that's Jameis Winston. You just got to be able to make him see the game a little differently where others wasn't. And listen, he's serious. He lost weight. He had the surgery on his eyes so he could see better. He got married. This is a different Jameis. And it probably pissed him off for people to keep saying, "Bro, you did this last year." That wasn't the same guy. I'm not the same guy. And people keep putting that label on Jameis Winston. But Jameis, he came in here super fit. He been in the QB room sucking it up. He been a great teammate. You know what I'm saying? And the dude, man, listen, he's super talented. When you there in Florida, he's kind of looked at as an icon, what he did with Florida State, winning that championship, being the first, a number one draft pick, and a franchise leading QB. I mean, you got to steal with Jameis. You can get him. And he came in here focused and determined to fix that. So I got to give Jameis Winston. And listen, I was a guy that didn't want him in here. I said, I don't want that guy up in here. He's dysfunctional. He up here. He got to get screwy. But see, now, like I said before, there's shame on me because I was discounting my locker room. I was discounting the fact that our locker room, as functional as it is, couldn't take a guy like Jameis Winston and functionalize him. And it's doing just that. He's in the best shape of his career. He's focused to be better than he is. And I think you're going to get the very best version of Jameis Winston that you've seen as a professional. And now all that 5+ years of experience now is all going to culminate. And remember, never had this type of offensive line, never had the type of weapons he had offensively speaking. This is a balanced and complete team. And like I say, the other quarterback that you have to make mention of that had success in the Saints offense was Teddy Bridgewater of last year. And if you go back prior to that, it was Luke McClown who did it many years ago against Carolina. and he threw for almost 500 yards in that game. It's a QB-friendly system. He respects the game, and you'll see an improvement from Jameis. Does that translate? No interceptions? Of course not, because you can't breed the guns. You can't cut the gunslinger out of him. Only thing you can do is make him see the game differently, and hopes that when he does try to fit passes and teaches him what windows he can fit passes in versus ones that he can't. So he'll throw the interceptions, but in my opinion, that you have more touchdowns than interceptions.
Yep, and that's true. And another thing before you go, because I know we have other callers in the chat, I just wanted to make this quick point real quick because I keep forgetting to do it. Now, what would you think about if, let's say, if Jameis is struggling, let's say if he doesn't play well like we know he's capable of playing. Now, as far as Taysom Hill go, this is what I think. When I look at Taysom Hill, I look at the same situation the San Francisco 49ers was in years ago when Alex Smith went down, and then you had Colin Kaepernick came in. And, I mean, let's be honest, when he first came in, this guy was on fire, with that Wildcat offense. I mean, it was hard to defend. Mm-hmm. It was hard to defend him because, they was running the ball. They was doing, Wildcat offense, and he would run it sometimes and he would throw it sometimes. I kind of see that in Taysom Hill too. I kind of see Taysom Hill doing something like that. I'm saying, like, if Jameis, let's say if he don't play up to the with the enthusiasm that we know he's capable of playing with, I mean, I wouldn't mind Taysom getting in there too and getting some reps. I don't know if they working on this in practice, but I wouldn't mind to see him, get some reps because, if he comes in, with that mindset, like Kaepernick did that year, it's like that, the Saints offense will still be kind of hard because, the Saints have a lot of weapons than that 49er team had. All we would need for him, like we said, the same thing with Jameis, is get them the ball. And, that'll be tough to defend because you got two running backs. If you do some Wildcat offense, you don't know who the hell is going to get the ball. You can even throw number 11, Deontay Harris in there too, on the Wildcat plays. And that'd be a dangerous, that'd give defenses and defensive coordinators headaches, but I don't know. We'll see what happens this week, but I know you got to get going. So I'm just, I just wanted to try to chime in a little bit.
Well, bro, I appreciate your commentary, man. Always commonsensical, bro. I appreciate you chiming in, bro. And we'll talk later on the next, probably on the Friday broadcast. We'll do a 3-hour show. I'll have a little bit more time to kind of dig in and talk about the game, and also Saints Central as we determine it for Sunday. Saints Central, we'll have the virtual tailgate hour and a half before the game. Then we'll be in game and in stream during the game, and then the post game after the game. So we'll be here all Sunday to talk about it, bro. So I appreciate you and for chiming in, and much love to you. And who that?
All right, who that? Have a good one.
You too, bro. Appreciate you. All right, fam. We got Jason and then Smokeless chiming in. We're gonna bring in Jason. Jason, what's up, fam?
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? I can hear you good, bro. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah, one thing, man. Thanks for beating the fucking brakes off Tom Brady, bro. I hate that motherfucker. Oh shit,
bro! Did you see all them national people sit there and supple on the breast of Tom Brady, man? I mean, good grief, man. So I was like, come on, man.
Sir.
Where's the critical analysis in this, man? This is straight up occult worship. It's almost like going back in the day and watch those old time black and white films of the Beatles when they get off the plane and you see all them screaming girls yelling to the top.
It's like the autumn wind was a Raiders. They're fucking
man.
Like black and white. Just
dude, it's terrible, man. It was awful, man. It's terrible, dude. But Jason, bro, welcome to the show.
I wasn't even planning on talking about that, but dude, the fucking Raiders beat KC and they're just like, yeah, they had a bad game. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway,
it's terrible,
dude. Oh shit, man. I'm sorry to see Brees went down, dude, but I think Winston will be a guy to step up, man. It's not like Carr went down back in 2016 for the Raiders, man.
Right.
Carr was like our coach, our offensive motivator, and our defensive motivator. As soon as he went down, the defense stopped, the offense stopped. It was just done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you guys aren't built like that, dude. You got a coach as a motivator, other players on the team to step up, dude. Yeah, like you guys are gonna be all right, man. Friggin' yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, man. We're gonna soften KC up for you Sunday night. We're gonna frustrate. Have you ever seen Patrick Mahomes frustrated when we beat? Dude, he was so frustrated after the game, dude.
I see him out there
Wait till-
fussing, throwing his hand around, fussing and everything. I see him.
Wait till this weekend, man. We're gonna soften him up, man. But you got this, brother. I appreciate the call, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Jason, man. And thank you for joining us, my friend.
Absolutely, brother.
Peace. That's Jason, man. Chiming in, always a good friend of the show. Of course, Jason's a Raiders family member, and like we said, we got great people that chime in, man, and show some love. So I wanted to just let Jeff. Forgot to tell you, Jason. They had a Falcons guy, Falcon Bane 77. Big ups to Falcon Bane 77. He came in the show yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think what was yesterday? Tuesday? It was Monday. Monday show. I don't know if you've seen it. But Falcon Bane came in and said that the Falcons were going to win out. Well, you know, I like, well, that's what you're supposed to say. You're a Falcon family member. You're supposed to say that about your team. You're supposed to feel confident. Then when I went and looked up the man's schedule, man, that guy, do you know the Falcons have, of course, we know they got 2 matchups against the Saints, 2 matchups against the Buccaneers and Kansas City and the Raiders. So, I mean, listen, bro. I'm like, listen. It's gonna be a hard time in the city. You talking about going undefeated. Young Smokeless is coming to the show. How you doing, young brother? How you feeling?
Who that Q?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Hey man, I'm good, man. You know the draft coming up, so I might not be here for a while, but we can still talk some. We can still talk some things.
Yeah, yes, sir. We certainly can, bro. First of all, thank you for chiming in, man, and being here. And what you thinking? What you calling? What you think's what's going on with this, bro? What's your thoughts on it?
You know, mind you, I came across that media. Remember you made that rant? He was like, the media be just on Tom Brady, like, oh my goodness, like I can't really watch because I stopped watching the media when I was like 12 because they just be talking nonsense, especially Colin Cowherd. You got Stephen A. Smith still talking about the Bucks still gonna take the division, all this. I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. They probably in the igloo with Marshawn Lattimore. Smoking. I don't know what they do.
They ain't out here with me. I don't know what they doing, but they ain't out here by me. I can tell you that. Jason, thank you for your super chat, Jason. Much love to you. Big ups to K-Rob Productions. K-Rob Productions, Laddie Daddy, new mixtape coming out. Laddie Daddy, new mixtape coming out on K-Rob Productions. Laddie Daddy, we in the building. Go ahead, Smokers.
Hey, bro, but like I said, man, like the media, I just don't. If you a Saints fan, don't even pay attention to that stuff because it's just like all they do is talk is nonsense. They just be chatting up there. So, hey, man, like, oh yeah, and Q, we gonna need another performance from the Dollar Tree Quartet. We're gonna need PJ Williams, especially in the front. We're gonna need PJ Williams in the front. He's not showing up in the field, so we gonna need him in the front singing. Patrick Robinson got him a pick. Ooh, I can't wait. We need another Dollar Tree Quartet performance.
They coming out, bro. They said they'll be back Friday, bro. So for the preview show against the Atlanta Falcon breakdown show that we do every Friday, they'll make an appearance before the show, bro. That's what they told me. They said they're coming back. Much demand, and they all come back. They're gonna change their suits and do a different song.
But yeah, but the stuff about Jameis Winston, I really think he's gonna do good. You know, I'm a eat crow. Like last year, I didn't really think Teddy Bridgewater was gonna do what he was gonna do. So, and plus we have Jameis Winston. He has a better team than whatever had Teddy Bridgewater had. He had a Ted Ginn, a aging Ted Ginn, a young Traquan. We had the best receiver in the league in Michael Thomas. But now that Jameis Winston is behind a top 5 O line, he has Marquez Callaway, he has Deontay Harris, Michael Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders. I really think Jameis Winston would do fine. It's just my problem with Jameis Winston. He likes to play too much hero ball. You know, when he in the pocket, when he trying to avoid sacks, he don't like to go down. I like that out of him, but it's just like sometimes he gonna need to throw the ball away because that might cost us some games. But overall, I feel like Jameis Winston is gonna do what he does best.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I definitely agree with you on that, and that's a part of it, him playing under control. But I think a lot of that is a game manager. We're not unlike most of the games from the past. I think a difference too to make mention of that I've seen, and I won't just share light to with the rest of the family members, is the fact that unlike Jameis Winston's situations from the past, most of those games with Tampa Bay, he was called upon. He was the franchise quarterback who was called upon to lead them to victory. He was in college. He was the man. There, he's the man. His role with the Saints in this current mode with the Saints is not that role. He's in the game manager mode. He's not, Jameis, we need you to go out there and win this game for us. Listen, that's not what the Saints are going to ask him to do. So what does that look like? You see what I'm saying? It's different. It's a different type of pressure when we saying we need you to win the game versus Jameis going out there saying, listen, just manage the game for us. We're going to get your rhythm going. We're going to take several deep shots here to kind of make them play honest. We're going to give you the running attack. We're going to give you the tight ends as fallback options. We're going to do all this. But remember that, though. Remember, it's a big difference. People have to remember that. This ain't franchise Jameis Winston coming in here. We talking about we need you to win. No, this is game manager Jameis Winston. Go ahead, Smokeless.
And the defense, I feel like with the new addition of Quan Alexander, this defense is going to play out of his mind. And in these stretches where Jameis Winston and possibly when Drew Brees come back, this defense is going to play up. They're going to play football. I'm telling you, they're going to come there to play football, and they're going to stop some teams. And I'm pretty confident in this Kansas City Chiefs game.
Right.
They're going to do pretty good. I feel like they're going to come out with a dub. That one.
Well, I mean, I'm with you on that, my brother. And as always, bro, you always got the good knowledge and the great breakdown, bro. And I appreciate you being here on the show, my brother. How you doing up there in Philly? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. My grades is doing good. A's, my GPA going up, all that. So.
Well, bro, I always say you one of the best and brightest of the Who Dat Nation, bro. So you got the Who Dat Nation on your back, bro. Keep doing good in school, bro. Keep staying safe and keep doing good work over there on your channel too, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you, man.
All right, no problem, bro. Who that to you, and I'm gonna talk to you later.
All right, who that?
Peace. That's Young Smokeless, man. Good, and like I said, bro, the future of Who Dat Nation is in good hands. We got really smart youngsters, man. I mean, really good, smart young people who are critical thinkers. They're not buying the bull. They ain't doing all that. I'm just happy and proud of so many of our young people in the Who Dat Nation. So much love to all the family members, Gary Caraway, Trail Hatch, and all the family members. Thank y'all for joining us, man. Once again, Jason, thank you for your super chat. K-Rob Productions, welcome to the family. Thank you for joining us, family, as well. Big ups to all the family members in the chat. James, I see you, bro. Who else we got? Abraham, Stang Man, who that to you, bro? Good to see you as well. Sammy True Love, who that to you? Sammy, welcome to the show. Who else we got? KK Cole, who that T says defund first take. Run them up out of here. Defund that whole stinking network, if you ask me, man. They hire some real people that know something. You know what I'm saying? Instead of these, who hires Dan Orlovsky? I mean, are they have a shortage of people? I mean, Orlovsky? Really? Orlovsky? You couldn't find nobody better than that? You couldn't get a second string quarterback? You had to get Orlovsky? Who has to hit, and notice he yells, he loud. What were you thinking of Tampa Bay Buccaneers gotta do this? Why you talking like that, bro? Why you gotta talk like that? Why you gotta do that? You know? Why you gotta talk like that? Why you gotta do that? You know, had to bust that Trump on him right quick. Oh, why you gotta do that? Why you gotta talk like that? Jacob Arthur, who that to you? Who that? Thank you for joining us, bro. Welcome to the Great Safe Think Tank. Mr. Boombastic, who that to you? And all the rest of the family members, much love to you and Yearns, man. Lit Cookies. What's up, Lit Cookies? In the building as well. Sad Sky, who that to you? Sad Scott, I see your family. Thank you for being here. Roderick Williams and all the family members, thank y'all for being here. And I like to thank all the family members that chimed in on the show. I hate to cut it short with the family members. I know they're owned by Disney, bro. He said, yeah, I know that. It's right. You know what you can expect. It's Disney. It's ran by, the rat tells them what to do. They get paid by the rat. But anyway, man, big ups to the rest of the family members out here, man. I'm sorry I have to cut the show short. Usually this is a 3-hour affair. But of course, we're going to be on the Pelican post-game report tonight covering the draft. The Pelicans have 5 picks. We're going to be covering the draft live. So if you're a New Orleans Pelican fan or family member, if you're a New Orleans Pelican family member and you want to watch the draft tonight or you're watching the draft, watch it with us at the Pelican post-game report. One of GM Kev or the rest of the family members, Kev, if you're there, or Crass, I don't know if Crass is in the building, or any one of the moderators, please feel free to put the link in the chat for the Pelican post-game report so everybody know where it is. We're going to be covering it tonight. Fantastic night. Thank you, Teal. My dog Teal in the building. Says shout out to my beautiful wife on starting a business, Legendary Skincare. I'm so proud of you, my queen. Much love. Don Lassiter, thank you for joining the Great Saint Think Tank family members as well. Much love to you and thank you. And appreciate you, Teal. Thank you for the super chat. And congratulations to your wife, man. Much love. You know I'm a big fan of small business and independent business people doing it like yourself and your family. Much love to the sister. And all the Great Saint Think Tank family members, all of our beautiful women in the chat, and all of the men who have beautiful women in the chat. Look up Legendary Skincare products and show Teal, which is one of the great Saint Tank Great Saint Think Tank family members, show him and his family some love. That's how we do it over here, man. Legendary Skincare. Thank you for that. And congratulations to you, Teal, and your wife. Great family over there. Much love to your fam. Appreciate y'all. All right. Thank y'all, family. Please feel free to jump over, go to the Pelican post-game report. Kenny Sutton, who that to you, bro? Good to see you in the chat. The link for the show for the Pelican post-game report is in the description section below. We'll cut the stream short, and then we'll go over there. DC will be in the building. Uncle Mozzie will probably chime in a little later. But we're going to be covering the Pelicans tonight. The draft is tonight. They got 5 picks. The Pelicans traded Drew Holiday. We'll be talking Pelicans on the Pelican post-game report in the middle of the week on this hump day. So much love to all the family members in the chat. Thank all the callers for chiming in tonight. Y'all were absolutely fantastic. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank everybody in the chat for joining us on the show tonight. Teal, congratulations once again. Thanks for the super chats, all my family members that did that, and the cash apps. Appreciate y'all, man. Listen, show Teal's family some love. And I'm going to holler at y'all later on the Pelican post-game report. And I'll see y'all tomorrow on the Thursday edition of the Sports Coma. So who that to you? Much love to you, and I'm out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. Number 1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that? Who got cut and who back? Rookies and the vets. Players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma. You don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway. Maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking. Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Payton, New Orleans, who that nation? Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is face the Super Bowl.